Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you're not. And today we're getting back into part 2 of my top 3 products in every single makeup category. This video is probably going to be the longer of the two because we got all the fun stuff in here, the colored face products, the eyeshadow palettes, and the lippies. So let's get started. I was originally going to do 3 cream bronzers and 3 powder bronzers, but I decided that was just a little too much, and I decided just 3 bronzers, 3 blushes, and 3 highlights. So let's see how I did. The first one is one that I had, for some time before I really discovered it and really enjoyed it this summer, and that is the Cosmetics So Soft Bronzer Stick. And I have the shade Terra. It's such a pretty color. It looks cool tone, but when blended out on the skin, it definitely gives off enough of a bronze shade to pull off on my skin, and especially during the cooler months. This thing is highly pigmented, so I really enjoy that. I have to use very little, and my preferred method of applying it is to pick it up with one of my brushes and stipple it on the skin that way. These are amazing, and you're gonna see another one shortly. Not a new discovery, an old trusty standby is my Ta Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I know there's a better name for it than that, but I have the shade She's Sculpted, which I love. I love the cream contour, although again, when blended out, it can look bronzy. And as well as the powder bronzer shade is really beautiful. It has like a kind of a soft sheen running through it. I love them separately. I love them together. I just love this thing, and I just want to use it all the time, to be honest. And lastly, definitely a new discovery this summer, thanks to TikTok, was the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 5.5 Deep. Looks like this, looks very unassuming, but this stuff as a bronzer is very pigmented, as you can see, and it just gives the nicest subtle bronzy glow to the skin, especially if you're going with like light makeup or no makeup. This is a beautiful option, and because I bought the mini, which I definitely recommend if you're buying it for bronzing purposes, like this was $15, which I have used a ton this summer, and it just takes the teeniest, tiniest dots of this to apply in all the areas that you would normally apply bronzer. So I really loved this one. For blush, holy moly, it was hard to pick 3 blushes and not 3 liquid creams or 3 powders. Was very, very hard. But I just looked in my blush drawers, multiple, and just kind of picked out the things that I am really enjoying right this second, right this minute. And these are those 3. First of all, I am still loving this blush from Rare Beauty. It's the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Happy. I just can't even stand how pretty this is, but also how fun and flirty that I feel when I wear this blush shade. And it is one of the dewy blushes, so it gives a nice soft kind of glow like what I have going on the cheeks today. Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's easy to apply, but it is very pigmented. I wholly recommend putting it on your hand first and then picking it up with a brush and then go in very carefully. Another cream blush, and this is a stick, is the Cosmetics So Soft Blush Sticks. This is the shade Pearl Tea, and it is just my favorite nude blush now, just hands down. This has kind of dethroned my Flower Beauty blush balm in the shade Pinch and several others, including MAC Glow Play and So Natural. Like, this is the nude blush that I reach for all the time. It's the blush that I reach for whenever I can't decide what blush to wear with, a certain look that I'm going to do. This is my go-to nude blush. I highly recommend the formula and the shade. And last, for blush, I sort of connected finally with my second shade of the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blushers. I have the shade Pillow Talk and I love it. Hubby picked it out for me, but he also picked out this shade for me. And I just haven't really bonded with it yet until this summer. And right now I love it. And I love for layering it over top of other blushes. Poof, that was hard to say. And the shade is Sex on Fire. I don't know why we have to have these kind of names, but apparently we do. And it looks like nothing much on the swatch, but this is beautiful. Like I said, I mean, you can really build it up, but you can also layer it over other blushes. And I absolutely love to put this powder blush over the M Cosmetics cream blush in Pearl Tea. It's just really pretty. It's like a soft peachy pink, and there's kind of like a plummy bit in the middle. It's a little bit radiant. Those blushes, I'll tell you what, you can use them. I've never seen anybody with pan on those, and for a good reason. They're very firmly pressed and there's a lot of product in there. So while it's definitely splurgy, it is a good value for money in my opinion. And last, for the face category, we have highlight. Again, this was very hard, but one of these was not even a question. I discovered this summer and I've had a hard time putting it down ever since, and that is the Rare Beauty Positive Light Liquid Illuminator. This is the shade Mesmerize. It's described as a bronzy rose shade, and I think it said that it was Selena's favorite shade in these. I would love to get the golden one, but this is what it looks like, and I think it's just so pretty. And I love how easy this is to work with. So many liquid illuminators, especially if it's like a thinner or lighter weight formula, tend to be hard to blend out in time before the product sets. Then you have this like streak on your skin, which I'm not into, but this gives you plenty of time to work with. I prefer to blend it in with my fingers above anything else. And it just melds in with your blush, with your skin, everything. And I'm absolutely cuckoo for it. Next, an oldie, literally, but an incredible goodie is the Essence Pure Nude Highlight. This is still my original one. I've had it for years and it's still a favorite. And lately, I don't know, I was just feeling like a warmer highlight shade to, you know, kind of bridge summer into fall. And this is the one I've been reaching for out of my collection, probably the most out of anything. And it's just so beautiful. You can really go with more of a glow from within type look, or you can absolutely build it up to be very blingy. And I just love this. And lastly, I have this little quad from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glow Nude palette. This is the Moon Kissed version. I believe they have a different, like a darker version. I love this. I can wear all 4 of these in here as highlights. This one, probably not as much like during the winter. I don't think it would work for me, but the other 3 would. And this definitely works for me with my summer tan. These are amazing, but they're very unassuming. I don't know how to even describe them. They feel dry almost to the touch, but they don't look dry. It's a very lit from within look, which I'm very much into when it comes to highlighter. This one even has like kind of a cool tone shift to it. I don't know. I don't think you'll be able to see it unless maybe I swap. Yeah. Maybe in the swatch you can see that it has kind of like a blue or cool tone shift to it, but it looks so pretty on the skin, and it is one of my favorites in this palette. This was definitely an Emily Noel made me buy it moment, but I'm really glad that I did. It was great. I found it at Walgreens, which is where I tend to find some of the more obsolete or older drugstore releases. So if you do end up looking for it, maybe look there. All right, we're all done with the face. Let's get started with the eyes. And I just want to warn you that I am literally the most basic bitch at this point when it comes to my eyeshadow. I think that I'm starting to get more back into color, especially going into fall. So don't worry, color is coming back. But these are definitely the 3 favorite palettes of mine right now. Starting with one that I used in my most recent Get Ready With Me, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Super Nudes palette. I love these because they are a satin formula. You can probably see there's just a tiny bit of a sheen. They're all like that. So to me, they make any one of them could be a beautiful one eyeshadow look. However, she has built it to be two trios, so the day look and the date look. But they're beautiful. I am 100% taking this to Vegas with me in November because it's just perfect. It's all I need. And I absolutely love the one that I kind of swatched for you. This one right here almost has like a purpley plumminess to it, which I think is just kind of fun for an otherwise very neutral palette. And speaking of very neutral palettes, I've been loving on this thing all summer long. It's the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. If you're a working makeup artist or somebody who just loves neutral matte eyeshadows, this is amazing. I love all the different undertones in this one. I love that it has a black and an ivory and some very light transition shades for my skin tone. But then you can build it up. You can go more of a red undertone. There's some that are more of like a yellow undertone. Easy for me to say, but I just love this thing. I really think that he knocked it out of the park with this one, and I've gotten a ton of use out of it. And speaking of getting a ton of use out of something, I got a lot of use out of my ColourPop Going Coconuts palette this summer, especially the mattes. This palette has some mattes that I feel like might be missing a little bit from the Mario Master Mattes. In terms of some lighter, like more neutral tone shadows in here, I love this one that's a little bit rosy. And then of course you have three beautiful shimmers, including one of my favorite lid shades of all time, this one right here, which is Cocoa Crush. So I've gotten just an absolute ton of use out of this, and I'm still loving it. These are my three favorite palettes right now. Boring, I know. All right, let's kick off lips with lip liners. I'm a lip liner girl through and through. I wore it in high school and I still wear it today, and it's my preference. So my very favorite ride or die, some of you may remember, is MAC Whirl and their lip pencils, and it is this first swatch right here. It's a little bit more pinky than the other two that I'll share with you, as well as it has ever so slightly like a touch of mauve, which goes really well with my natural lip color. The second swatch is the Milani Understatement lip liners, and this is my third pencil of the shade Nude Entrance, which is this one in the center. It's just my very perfect nude lip liner. I wear it with so many other things and I just love it. I have other shades in this formula, which I really enjoy, but definitely Nude Entrance is my favorite. And then lastly, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. I have to admit, I didn't really enjoy the Iconic Nude shade when I first got it, though I loved the formula, because I just felt like it was kind of too cool tone on me. And maybe it was like at a time where my skin was a little lighter or something like that, but I really didn't enjoy the color at first. But now I really do, and especially with certain lip looks, it's just a great contour shade, I feel like, for a lot of people's natural lip color. So those are the lip liners. All right, let's talk lipsticks. An oldie but a goodie, Maybelline SuperStay Ink Crayon. This is the shade specifically Live on the Edge, which I am in love with right now. It's kind of a bricky, dusty rose shade, but a deeper tone of it. I love these. They have like a nice soft vanilla scent, so if you don't like scent in your lip products, I would skip it. It even has a little sharpener on the end of it in case you want to get like a more precision lip look with this. However, I think, you know, the size of the bullet of the crayon is very doable. And I not only like wearing this alone, but I love wearing this as sort of the first shade that I put on my lips to go with other shades. So I almost use it as like a thicker lip liner and blend it out and then put another shade on top of it. And I absolutely love it for that too. So keep that in mind. You can totally use your lip crayons as a lip liner and, you know, sort of smudge it out and do an ombre look. One lippy I have been raving about all summer is the L'Oreal Glow Paradise Balm in Lipstick in the shade 130 Nude Heaven. This is it swatched here, right here. And it's just a My Lips But Better shade. I can show you with it all the way down. Like I've used a ton of it this summer and I just keep it next to me all the time, which is why it gets so much use. And I just like pairing this with different lip liners because it looks like my natural lip color, just a little bit more pigmented. And it's just a really nice casual lip look, but very comfortable. It does feel like more of a balm. I would say that these are pretty similar to the Color Riche Shine. They're just not as shiny as those, and they do feel a little bit more balmy and less like melty and slippy. And then lastly, one that I predict will be a fall favorite for me is the Milani Fetish Color Fetish Lip Balm in the shade Nylon. It's a really pretty, this one right here, it's a really pretty sort of sheer dusty rose shade. You can certainly build it up and it is more pigmented. I just love this. I think it's so pretty. I don't know. I can't say anything more about it. I just love it. It's really great. I love the formula and it's really fun. Lastly, let's talk gloss. The first one is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Heat. This is the shade Hot Cherry. I really enjoy this. This is just like a promotional size that I got on Sephora. I didn't, I wasn't for sure how much I would like the formula, and so I was happy when I was able to get it as a sample. But on the lips, it just kind of slightly tints them. And the thing about this is it definitely is plumping. This smells just like the regular Gloss Bomb. It kind of has that fruity scent to it, but it feels like cinnamon on your lips. It feels like hot cinnamon candies on your lips, which I got used to very quickly. I wouldn't recommend putting it on chapped lips. However, I figured that out in the wrong way. But anyways, I really enjoy this. It's comfortable and I'm glad I got to try it. But I just love this sort of lightly tinted shade of it, and I can put it with lip liners or just wear it on its own, and it's just kind of fun and cute. One of my oldest favorite glosses is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumpers. This is the shade Soft Rose, and as you can see, it's a very neutral, verging on cool tone pink right here. And the thing I love about this, it's one of the only more cool tone lip products that I can pull off when I do more cool tone eye looks or cheek looks or what have you. Most cool tone or even neutral virgin cool tone lip products make me look like I'm dead because I'm so warm complected. But this one is not that way. I just pair this with any lip liner, put this on top, or I put this on top of like a darker nude lip sometimes, and it's just beautiful. I love the formula. It's more on the minty side of a lip plumper, like if you got toothpaste on your lips or something, I say. But it smells like vanilla mint and it's amazing. That is the second tube of that same shade that I've owned. And lastly, for this very long video, is the Tower 28 Milky Lip Jelly in the shade Coconut. I absolutely adore this one. It's right here. This is a nice standard warm pink gloss, but I like the formula. It's kind of gel-like, but feels cushy like a good lip oil does. So I love these glosses all day long. We got through them all. Like I said, this is gonna be a long video, but hey, maybe watch it over the weekend or something. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my top 3 products in every makeup category, because I certainly had fun picking the products and sharing them with you. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you'll be notified every time that I upload. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. Bye.